It's me again, and I am trying, there we go, to record on my phone today. It's a little bit better quality, so I'm just gonna give this a whirl. Um, Welcome back to my channel. My name is Acacia. Again, I will say that. I am going to do the newbie booktube tag. It's my first tag, and I'm really excited. I'm actually gonna post Lauren's video down below. I found this tag on her channel from like way back, and I'm really excited to do it. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish questions, and some of them are going to have a little more of a longer answer than others. So let's jump into this. I have my coffee, so I'm good. Why did you start this channel? I started it because I wanted to. I've been involved in wanting to be in the YouTube world for like 2 years now. I started a channel a while ago, and I tried to get into the beauty community. At the time, I was working for a cosmetic company, and it seemed like I was supposed to be really into cosmetics, and I was, but not the same way that I think they wanted me to be. All good. I don't work there anymore. But I thought I was supposed to be really into cosmetics, so I got into the beauty community, and it fit, but it didn't fit, and I didn't really get anywhere with it. My heart wasn't really in it, and I posted probably 10 videos, which I've deleted all of them now, but it wasn't me. And so as I kind of got more into looking at things, I think the first video I saw from the Booktube community was Jean's Bookish Thoughts. I think that was the first that I ever saw. Yeah, I think that was it. And I found her on YouTube randomly reviewing a book that I liked. And I was like, oh, well, what else does she like? And I kind of just started clicking, and that led me to Jean, which led me to Mercedes, which led me to all these people. And I've continued to keep clicking as I go. And it's become this world that I really love and get up in the morning, and I hope that there's a video about books. And it's a really nice feeling to feel like you're looking forward to something very exciting. And I'd love to be that connection that someone has to the outside world, where they feel like, hey, I gotta get up and see if that video's on today. I'm so excited. That sounds really cheesy, but it's just what it is. So I started it to be part of a community and feel, like I want to be somewhere, and I want to be welcomed into it. And I started commenting on different booktube channels and getting comments back. And as soon as that happened, I got hooked even more, because I was like, yes, I'm cool enough to get an answer. This is awesome. And I know I'm definitely cool enough to get an answer, but it sometimes takes some reminding. The next question number 2, is what can you bring to YouTube or Booktube that is unique? I can bring a perspective that's very unique and very different. I'm going to just start off with this in my channel. I'm going to link down below a young girl named Jessica's channel. She's not a booktuber, but she is a phenomenal woman who suffers from the same disorder that I have. I have mental illness. I suffer from dissociative identity disorder, which was formerly called multiple personality disorder. And I will link her channel down below, because she has a about 2-hour-long seminar that she does talking about the disorder. So if you have questions, watch that or ask me. I don't care. I'm not shy about it. But what I can bring to the table is somebody who has actually struggled with mental illness and the feeling of hopelessness and disparity that these books sometimes talk about. And kind of the reason that I want to bring that in is because sometimes they oversimplify it. They oversimplify mental illness, or they oversimplify depression or suicidal thoughts. And they don't always. I'm not saying they do always, but when they do, it's actually kind of hard for me to see, and it's tough for me to watch a video like that or read a book like that, I'm sorry, and then hear it spoken about and have the people that read it not fully grasp that there's so much more of a deepness to it. And I would love to be able to kind of spread the awareness about mental illness and raise the stigma a little bit. And that's really what I want to bring that's unique. And I'm going to stop rambling before I make a fool of myself. What am I most excited for is question 3. Most excited on Booktube to have a community, to feel like in the morning when I get up, I have somewhere to go, to be somewhere, to be with someone and be with friends. Right now I'm not working due to my condition. And that's been hard, and it's been kind of lonely, and there's a lot of quiet time and a lot of, not quiet, but there's a lot of downtime where I'm not really with a lot of people. And, I'm a very social person, and this feels like a good way to get social again. So I'm excited to find a place and to find a community and to find a world where I feel good and feel like I'm doing something that's worthwhile and that feels rewarding to me and to others. Question number 4 is, why do you love reading? And that goes back to when I was a child. When I was really little, I would read with my family, with my parents. My mom would read to me, my dad would read to me, my dad would make up stories, and that was always a really special time in the day when I would get to sit down with my parents and read or hear them read. And I actually ended up going out and buying Out of the Dust, not because I remember anything about it, other than it's the first chapter book that I ever read from cover to cover. What would happen is my dad would read one page and I'd read the next, and it would take probably 2 hours for me to finish one page, and he'd be done with the first one in like a minute, and then he'd sit there for an hour with me struggling. And he did that for me. And I really struggled with reading. I never thought I could read. It took me years to get to that point where I could read, and that was really tough. Especially when I wanted to read so badly, and I wanted to be cool enough to read, and I wanted to get into these worlds and find these people and get to know things. And I really grew up loving stories and reading, and it was a very important thing to me, and it was a good escape, and it felt safe, and it felt like I could control bits of it. And that comes back to my mental stuff. But yeah, books they're such a big part of me. They've just always been a big part of me. And so that's why I love reading, is it feels like it is part of who I am. And it's never been anything else. Like, I don't think of it as anything else. So I love reading because it's part of who I am. Books or book series that you're into now or long term. I honestly am not hugely and normally a book series girl. I have read The Parasol Protectors by Gail Carriger, and I loved those books. Those were phenomenal. And I've got a couple of first books in series that I'm picking up and I haven't read yet that I'm excited to read. And I will tell you that Alice, which was definitely one of my top reads of 2015, if not my top read, it's really dark and messed up. It has a sequel coming out in July, and I lost myself when I figured that out and found out that it was like a sequel coming. I've gotten so excited. But those are like my current books. I read the entire Sookie Stackhouse series. It was cute. I liked it better than the TV show, honestly. But in terms of just, I can't really say that right now I have anything I'm crazy, like, obsessed with. Nope, that's not true. Just looked over on my nightstand, and I have The Girl Who Circumvented Fairyland on my nightstand. And that one, I am kind of struggling because I keep reading a chapter a night and I want to read more, but it's one of my systems that I read a chapter a night from that book to calm myself down. So I'm going a little stir crazy because I want to read it all in one sitting. But I'm loving that. Really loving that, and I'm looking forward to reading the rest of that. And I plan to give it to my cousin who's 12 when I'm done with it. And I would say Alice by Christine Henry, which is a twist on Alice in Wonderland, a really dark, morbid twist, but nonetheless a twist, is absolutely phenomenal. And I went into it thinking, okay, this is not going to do with Alice in Wonderland. Nope, nothing at all. And I went in there just ready for it to be terrible. And it was amazing. And I'm so obsessed with the world that they built and the way that they built it and how it now looks and how I feel. And I had the biggest book hangover I've had in years from that book. So that would be my best. Question I would ask my favorite booktuber. Can we be best friends? That is it. I would ask, can I be your best friend and just come have coffee with you and talk about books? And I would probably ask that to Jen and Mercedes and Lauren and Lena and Jean. And I just stand there and be like, can I just be your friend and grab a coffee with you and sit and talk about books, because nobody else in my life wants to talk about books like I want to talk about books. And it's really, yeah, that would be my question. Can I be your friend? I'm really a very simple person. Can I be your friend would be my question. And then the final question is, what was the hardest thing to overcome to kind of get into BookTube? I'll kind of answer that in two ways. The hardest thing for me was to get the nerve to put myself on a screen and say, hey world, I'm here, and I'm gonna be in front of you and talking about something. That was really difficult for me, because I have never really been one to talk about my own opinions, and it's kind of new to me to be opinionated and to say, hey, I don't like this, or hey, I like this. It's very new to me, so I'm very excited to keep doing that, and BookTube is going to help me. Yay! And then the other thing is not taking it personally when I don't get 100 views in a day. I'm a terrible, terrible self-critic, and that will be my hardest thing to overcome, is feeling like I'm not doing enough to get my name out there. And from everything I've heard from everyone, it just takes time and patience and pushing and time and patience and time. So I'm totally fine with all that. And that is all my questions. I am very excited, and this has more string than necessary, which is fine. I think that's everything. I'm going to tag Lauren's video down below, the video that I found that encouraged me to do this tag. I don't know where the original one came from, but I'm going to tag her as well as another booktuber in terms of the newbie book tag and who kind of encouraged me to do this. I'm very excited. I think that is it for today. If you have any tags you'd like to see me do, any questions you'd like to have answered, any comments, quandaries, compliments, critiques, please leave them in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to me, let's make friends, let's start a book friendship. I'm very excited to get to know each and every one of you and to make a relationship with my subscribers and everyone out there on the BookTube world. So I will talk to you all very shortly, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!